The fourth realm is the revelational humility, which is possessing depth of understanding about the power and the hidden mysteries of humility through unconventional discoveries and strange revelations and encounters. Yes, unconventional discoveries. God can give you customized instructions. God can lead you in special path on how to set a record, on how to get a problem solved. Apostle Michael Oroko shared the story of how God taught him what to do to break off from lust. He said God asked him to give and give. God asked him to forgive and forgive. That God was dealing with the self within, which was the principal sponsor of lust. He was asked to give and to expect no reward or appreciation in return, to forgive and let himself be trampled upon. He said God showed him that self was the beast that held lust in position, and it concealed and sponsored lust and vain living. Hey, beloved, we learn in part and we understand in part. God may not lead you through the same path, but it's important that we sit consistently at the feet of Jesus to receive guidance for every day and for everything. God can bring us into strange revelations and encounters that will transform us, reform us, and realign us to take the humble path through life. There are realms of walk with God that we cannot access. There are depths of alignment with the throne room that we cannot ascend into unless we have become broken and made by the great potter. Pastor E.A. Adeboye shared a story of how he began his journey in humility. God once instructed him, draw on the ground with your finger an image of a man. And as soon as he was done, God further instructed, use your leg to wipe off that very image. Then came the bombshell, and never forget you are that very image. And by my hand I have made you. And the day that you become overcome with pride, I will wipe you off. And no one will ever remember that there was an Adeboye. He said that encounter brought fear. It transformed his life forever. It was one encounter that began his journey in humility. He also shared a story of his encounter at 40. He said at 40, God showed him two graphs, a head-up parabola, which implies a rise to the top and then crashing down quickly as you go down the bottom. And then a head-down parabola, which means sliding down to the lowest ebb, and suddenly you begin to rise and rise to the peak of honor and dignity. He also saw the number 40 at the turning point of both parabolas. It seems God was inviting him to a turning point at 40 by a broker of a deal in humility. Consequently, he said he made a decision that day to empty himself of every pride and be base, so that the hand of the Almighty might be upon him to lift him up.